Tuesday night, 8 p.m. local time. I am Ventana, your host for tonight's round 3 action around Monza, a popular track in the F1 community. Definitely a lot of people's favourites, especially if you're Italian, you're a Ferrari fan, or a Formula 1 fan in general, to be honest. One of the fastest tracks on the calendar. Not many turns to accompany that. Still one of the greatest tracks though. And, you know, even though there aren't many corners, the very few ones are all still very iconic. You know, you've got Parabolica, you've got Ascari, you've got the Lesmos, and you've obviously got that very infamous Turn 1 chicane. So, as we're now loading into we're into qualifying now. I'm so sorry to everyone for how long this is taking me to get the broadcast up. Forget you have to log in to the account every week because of how many people that use this account all across the globe through Race Spec Esports. But we are luckily open and ready for business in time. And we have Deputy Dildog in a McLaren going out first. So he takes us to be the first person around the streets of Italy. Well, not really the streets, but the roads of Italy then. Because it is a road, nonetheless, not a street. So he's coming through turn 4 now, going into the second chicane of the lap. You see those orange sausage curves? You used to be able to go over those. You are not really able to anymore. You will get some flying, and with how the damage system is nowadays, you can easily get some floor damage as well, which will affect yourself, your race, and in other ways, understeer, oversteer, all that stuff. So Deputy Dildog going through a Scari there, just getting used to the track. But while we wait, as we're going to watch Deputy Dildog's opening lap, we're going to have a look at the standings. So, leading the championship on 61 points, F1 Hawk in the Ferrari. He is returning to maybe make it 3 for 3, a hat-trick of races in the start of this season here. Can he do it around Italy? Obviously, the Ferrari cars have that yellow livery, and we're actually going to swap to one of them here because we're going to look at that beautiful livery. There it is, the yellow back, the banana suits. They have, they're all here in the Formula 1 game, which is lovely to see considering it only happened over the weekend. Gurkanemo though is P2 in the standings, tied with On Tour, both on 43 points. Then there is Black Moon 14 in the other Ferrari, 28 points to his name. So both Ferraris doing extremely well there. And then the other Red Bull of Jack Andrews is P5. In the constructors standings, Ferrari have a comfortable lead over Red Bull, 89 points for them. Red Bull on 65. Alfa Romeo are third with 47. Haas only 10 points behind there on 37. So last week's race saw F1 Hawk obviously take the win, and Gurkanemo taking P3, On Tour taking that P2 spot. So can any of those, we've had the same podium placements over the past 2 races. Can those 3 keep their run of form, get onto the podium once again here in Italy? Can someone else break that top 3 barrier and make these top guns in Tier 2 crumble a little bit? As we're watching F1 Hawk here for his flying lap. He's come out of Lesmo 2 down the back straight. The second of 2 DRS zones of the lap into Ascari. A pretty nice run through Ascari there. Now the long run down into Parabolica. The current provisional pole lap time is Jedley with a 1:99. Was that a little bit of a squirm from F1 Hawk as he was going through Parabolica? That looks like it's going to affect his lap. It's only a 21.0, so that is very mid-table from Hawk, and I think that is a result of a little squirm through Parabolica there. My name is Jeff. He's coming through into the second chicane now. The end of sector 1 is 26.6 through the first sector. Now through Lesmo 1. Nice exit there through Lesmo 2. How much curve is he going to take? Takes a fair bit. Not too much on exit, just the outside wheels. Now the run down into Ascari. Braking just after the 100-meter board, taking all the curve on the left-hand side. Taking a bit too much on the right-hand side, unsettling the car for the third part. It's not going to help us run down this back straight where you need all the speed possible. Braking 50-meter ball for Parabolica. That's looking like a great lap from My Name is Jeff. Up to the line, it's looking like a mid-120. So 120.2, that's P3 for the Alfa Romeo driver. That is very nice, very decent indeed. And what is going on with the hands there from the Red Bull? We got Edward Scissorhands in the Red Bull pit crew. He's trying to reach the engine from the outside. Is there anyone else going for a lap? Black Moon. He's a bit up in the first sector. Through Lesmo 2. How much will he gains in the second sector if he is pushing for another lap? It does seem like he is. He's only on a 121.002. He's up by a 1/10.5. It's purple middle sector for the Ferrari driver. He's a second off pole. Don't think he'll get it, to be honest though. He needs over 9/10 this sector alone. I don't think there's that much time to be found, especially with the lack of corners. It's 120.6, it moves him up to P9. A couple spots there for Black Moon. I'm sure someone wanting to improve more will be his teammate down in P12 after pole position last race. We've got Kiwi here. He's on his outlap, as still on many other drivers, one of them being Buster. He's P4, and Prezzo, who got very unlucky last race. He was taken out, or believed to be taken out by F1 Hawk. I'm not actually too sure how that went. I believe it did go down as a penalty for F1 Hawk. I'll be able to get that up hopefully in a minute. Yeah, so F1 Hawk received a 10-second penalty for that and 2 license points for the incident with Prezzo. I mean, we all saw it. It did seem very much like F1 Hawk's fault, even though there was apparently a bit of ghosting from F1 Hawk. He still went straight into for Prezzo, and yeah, so that was very unlucky from the Haas driver. He's looking for a bit of redemption here today. Off and drop P19, so we haven't actually got the full 20. I just noticed that, and we've already got first person retired I believe that is retirement and not a disqualification. But here's Prezzo, P2. Less than a tenth to pole. So, is he going to be able to do it? He's got Jedley just up the road, his current rival on track at the moment. Ron Burgundy goes a 1:20.2. So that is a very nice time. Asnick goes P3 with a 1:20.1, a tenth off Prezzo in front. So as Prezzo comes through Parabolic now, what are we going to see on the board from the Haas driver? Oh, and there's a spin! There's a spin from Prezzo. I don't know how much he would have been up by if he would have taken that provisional pole, but it doesn't matter because he is around and out for that lap at least. Where is F1 Hawk? Is he next on track? Yeah, he is. So he's coming down the back straight. So what can our championship leader do against the likes of Jedley and Prezzo and Buster? He gets a much smoother run out of Parabolica. Is he going to be able to put in a time for pole? No, he's just off by 0.02 of a second there. And that is P2 for F1 Hawk. He needs a bit of an improvement if he wants to beat Jedley in the Williams. Only his second driver to beat the 1:20 mark. And not by much has he done it there, 1 millisecond. Gonna look for someone else on the lap. My name is Jeff. Gonna be on for one of those. It looks like he's 5/10 up in the first sector. That is a purple first sector, and already looking like he's gonna take provisional pole position, at least if he keeps up this form. Jedley on 1:19.726. So my name is Jeff. Is gonna have to improve a bit more than that 5/10 if he wants to take it. A very nice time there from the Williams. It seems like he's been practicing Monza quite a bit. He's up by 6.5 is my name is Jeff. The Alfa Romeo. He's going to get a nice tow from the Ferrari ahead. I'm not too sure if he's that close, but he's definitely close. Oh, and he's done the same thing as Prezzo. And he was on the provisional pole, I believe. So that is truly heartbreaking for the Alfa Romeo driver, and he's not going to be happy about that. He does have confidence though, because he knows there is pace in his lap. He can do something about that P8 and make it maybe a P1. Black Moon here coming through, and he's a 10th down. Not too sure if he's truly pushing. It's a very close grid here tonight. Less than a second between the top 15, which doesn't sound like much, but even in normal F1 that is pretty close. So good job to all the drivers being fairly close, and that's Black Moon up to P11 with a 1:20.4. He's on tour. He's invalidated his lap. Banana Cake Pie coming into the pits. Asnick's on an out lap, so let's hope he is going to have a response for something in that Renault, or that Alpine, sorry, a Renault engine. I was about to say, let's go on board and just listen to a lap to that Renault engine. And we'll do that anyway, but only as he's going to exit the final corner. So here we go. Here's Asnick in the Alpine for a lap around Monza. And that is a very nice time from Asnick indeed, a 120.007. Puts him P3 on that second row of the grid. Here's F1 Hawk. He is on a lap as well. 3 minutes to go here in qualifying. F1 Hawk got a McLaren around the exit of the second Lesmo. Don't know who that was. It would have been Bompton in his new permanent first time seat, first driver's seat. He thought there would have been validation there from the Ferrari driver. But yeah, so Bompton making his debut, I believe, in the Mercedes last week. He's done well enough to replace the second McLaren driver. And my name is Jeff. He goes provisional pole position with 119.5. F1 Hawk can't even do anything about Deadly's time. He stays B3. That's not going to be something a championship leader would have wanted. We got multiple people behind him going out, starting their out laps. Here's Kickbutt Kiwi. Is he going to be going out for his final run? What are we going to see from the Haas driver? His teammate P5 on an out lap. So Kickbutt Kiwi P7. What's he going to do? 6/10 to pole. Is he going to be anywhere near the pace of that top 5? All relatively close together. I'd say the top 3 all within that, all past that 1:20 mark. So Kickback Kiwi 120.1. He needs a 10.5 to do that. It's looking very slow, and he has slowed down. I wonder if that is intentional. Here's Prezzo though, his teammate, and he is finishing his lap time. Well, he's starting his lap maybe, I'm not too sure anymore. Jedley though, is he? No. I'm very confused. I think everything is desynced because Jedley hasn't crossed the line, but he's got 4 minutes on his lap. I believe this is an out lap for him, so he is starting his lap. What's he going to be able to do compared to My Name is Jeff, who has come to the pit? So this will be the last run from Jedley with no fight from Jeff or Hawk behind or in front. So if he's able to put it on pole here, I don't think much will take him off. He looked very strong so far over the 18 minutes. He's the 10th down in the first sector. That's not going to be the start to lap he wanted. He needs 1:10.32. 132 milliseconds to take that pole position away from Jeff. Coming into the... And he's 2/10 down now. So he needs... And he is invalidated. So Jedley is not going to be able to fight for the pole position. Prezzo is going to be the only one to. And he is only able to go P5. Kickbutt Kiwi. He's a 10th down. So you're going to be able to do anything against the top 6 in front of him. Currently Jeff on pole position with a stonking 1:19.595. Kickbutt Kiwi in the Haas. Comes around the final corner. Going to take it. No, he's going to take it to the pits. I believe that's going to be it for our qualifying session. Unless Jack Andrews can somehow pull off a miracle. He goes P7. Last person. Black Moon comes into the pit. No, there's CBF Rude. He's looking slow. So that is your top 3. Jeff, Jedley and F1 Hawk. Your top 3. Asnick P4. Prezzo P5. Buster P6. Jack Andrews P7. Kickbutt Kiwi P8. Ron Burgundy P9. And Banana Cake Pie is P10. Both Aston Martins just missing out in the top 10 there. P11 and P12. Black Moon P13 on tour. Probably the biggest shock because he's all the way down to P14 after 2 podium finishes. Let's see if he can make something up in the race. Also, I've just realised Gurkha Nemo isn't racing. So, we will have someone new on the podium no matter what, which will be nice to see, but that's not going to help something for the championship battle on Gurkha Nemo's side. It will help F1 Hawk. So there we go, there's your finalised results for the top 10. Someone has said in the chat there's an 80% chance of rain through the race. So we're going to have a third wet race in a row here around Monza. We had some in Spa. Oh no, we had a full wet race in Spa. We had a somewhat wet race in Zandvoort. Now we've got even more rain apparently on the way here in Monza. Is it going to be the first dry start though? It looks like it's going to be dry start. If someone can inform me whether it's going to go wet later on, that would be lovely to hear, as we already get someone readying up, which isn't exactly the best thing. We like it when they have when everyone has a bit of time to do setup or fix their setup. Strategy, fuel load, there's a lot of things to take in before the race. It definitely takes a lot more than 30 seconds. But we will be starting now nonetheless for the formation lap. Now my name is Jeff there on the left hand side, the right hand side of our screen. So my name is Jeff there, pulling away in the Alfa Romeo. Jedley to the right of him, or at least to them the right of him. F1 Hawk behind P3 and Asnik is P4. Prezzo is P5 and Buster rounds off that third row of the grid. Jack Andrews P7 and Kickbutt Kiwi in the second Haas P8. So that's very good job. That's a very good job from them. Both cars in the top 8. The only other team to have 2 cars in the top 10 is Alpha Tauri with Ron Burgundy P9. Banana Cake Pie P10 and Aussie in combat, the 2 Aston Martins P11 and 12 in the 6th row of the grid there. Black Moon P13 and On Tour P14. Andreas P15 and P16 is Bompton. Rude is P17 and Deputy Dildog P18. The only driver on the 10th row of the grid will be Orphan Drop after the second Renault is not taking part in this week's race. So my name is Jeff here, coming through the Ascari chicane. We can have a look at what tyres everyone's starting on. Everyone but Combat, Wombat, Bompton and Asnik are on mediums, those 3 on hards. And 27 laps of Monza here, 50% race. I wonder if there is rain on the way. I hope I can get an update on that soon. Not too sure about it. So we do see my name is Jeff lined up. No rain, says Jared Austin, so it's going to be apparently completely dry. So my name is Jeff got disqualified there, and he's going to be starting from the back of his grid slot. That's going to help this man right here, Jedley in the Williams. So here we go. 5 red lights, and away we go. We're racing in Monza. It looks like a great start from My Name is Jeff, but an even better one from F1 Hawk, who's already up the inside of both Jedley and Jeff, and he's taken the lead before the first corner as Jedley falls back so far down as Esnick's up into P3, Prezzo P4, Kick by Kiwi already up into P6. Oh, now P5 as Jedley just goes further back. Is there a problem for the Williams? About to get attacked by Kick by Kiwi again, and Buster takes P6 back. I mean P5 back. He's going to be forced wide. 5-second penalty for Banana Cake Pie for ignoring yellow flags as he goes side by side Jedley with Kick by Kiwi, and there's a bit of contact, and that is Jedley round. I believe that's going to be a first lap incident. There wasn't really much in that, and that's just very unfortunate for the Williams driver. Combat Wombat also having problems at the back there, but here is the leader of the race, F1 Hawk, already through the second part of the Ascari chicane. My Name is Jeff, P2, Asnick up into P3, and Prezzo P4. But Prezzo looks like he's going to go up the inside of Asnick into Parabolica, and that is him now onto the podium spots. He's going to now try chase down Jeff in front. So Asnick on the hards, showing that it's not the greatest for the start racing, but as time moves on, he'll definitely have an advantage, especially towards the end of the race when most of these guys will be doing the one-start medium to hards, or for these guys, hard to mediums. So he'll be quicker in that closing stage. My Name is Jeff, very close to F1 Hawk, having used a lot of his energy to be there though. So how much will Hawk be able to pull away, defend that lead? And there looks like there's an incident from Deputy Dildog. He spun around with one of the Red Bulls. Looks like going into, it's on tour, going into that second chicane. Combat Wombat and Black Moon both having made a pit stop. I believe both could be from front wing damage. So as we look at our winners in terms of gaining places, F1 Hawk up 2 positions, as many as he could be. Prezzo is up 2. Asnick remains in P4 there. Biggest winner, Orphan Drop, up to P8 from last on the grid. That was a very good start from the second Alfa Romeo driver. Biggest losers, Jedley, Black Moon and Combat Wombat. Jedley losing 15 there. Combat all the way down to the back, down 7. Looks like a very poor exit from F1 Hawk out of the first chicane. And going around the outside is Jeff. He's going to be able to get his nose in. He's down very low on energy, so I don't think he'll be able to put up much of a fight going in to turn 5. Now through Lesmo 1, turn 7 this is. Is he going to look like much of a threat down the back straight here? He's obviously going to have DRS, and maybe even down the main straight. Is he going to have DRS to fight back? I wouldn't really pass here if I was Jeff, but no, he's going to follow my advice. He's going to stick behind and get Hawk down the main straight with the overpowered DRS here in Monza on the game. So very close to the back is Hawk. And there's some loss of his energy really being used here. Hawk's not really worrying too much, he's not using any. He's going to pull to the outside is Jeff, and they break roughly around the same point. Hawk closes the door, Jeff has to settle for P2. This just allowed Prezzo within touching distance of Jeff, and with also ERS. Is he going to make a move around the outside? It looks like down to the braking zone of turn 5. There's slight contact there between the two. But it looks like Prezzo's going to move through and maybe put on some extra pressure to the Ferrari driver in front. All top four for Ferrari engines at their home race. A very good showing there from the guys in red and the guys in white. So Prezzo here within 5/10 of the Ferrari in front. It's going to be putting pressure down that main straight. He's using a bit of energy to make sure he stays within touching distance. And with Jeff not really getting that toe due to his low energy total, it's really affecting him now as he's not able to stay on the back of the Haas. But here we go. Prezzo on Hawk. This happened in Zandvoort. Down into turn 1. Are we going to see something like we did in the Netherlands? No, because Prezzo is not close enough. So we're going to look maybe somewhere down the field as New Zealander Andre gets double overtaken. He's going to fight back. It's Jack Andrews, takes P12 again, but Bompton up to P11. Ron Burgundy up the inside of Rude there. Looks like a very nice move. Nonetheless, is Rude going to be able to put any pressure down the inside? No, he decides to back out of it. Who else is here? We've got Orphan Drop on Asnick. He's up to P7. The Afro Romeo driver. So, very nice job from Orphan. I believe he is, in fact, a reserve, and this is going to maybe boost his chances if he wants a full-time seat. So he's going to be right on the back of Asnick here. A couple people already picking up penalties early on. But in the meantime, Prezzo has gone straight up the inside of F1 Hawk, but he's done what he did in qualifying and he's round at Parabolica, and so is Orphan Drop. So those two have an identical spins, the exact same part, and that's going to ruin. Oh, and F1 Hawk's round as well, and he's not got a front wing. Don't know what's happened there. But so many people have had a shocking start. All through Parabolica as well. Ron Burgundy having to lift off there, maybe due to yellow flags, because Rude has done the same thing. Ron Burgundy having to go down to P9 behind Orphan Drop. Race Spec Esports on tour. But this has led, my name is Jeff, to lead the race here on lap 6. Kickback Kiwi P2 and Banana Cake Pie P3, even though he has got that time penalty. Asnick is close on his tail. Maybe able to put up some kind of pressure. Don't think too much will be made though, due to Banana Cake Pie also having DRS. So really don't know what's happened there at the front, but two of the leaders both going out, and here is Jack Andrews down the back straight on New Zealander Andre. Around the outside of Parabolica, is he going to be able to make any kind of move? It doesn't look like he's going to have to settle for that P12. Maybe down the main straight though, using a bit of ERS. He's got the DRS coming up now as well. Is he going to go down the inside there? And it looks like he is comfortably ahead before the braking zone. Andre braking a bit late. He's still there on the back of the Red Bull, but it does look comfortable now for Jack Andrews. And now he's got his sights set on Bompton ahead for P10 F1 Hawk. Deputy Dildog is spun around there. Parabolica as well. So we're going to look through the field. Orphan Drop on his recovery now, right in the back of CBF Rude. Oh, and he gets on the grass there, and that's going to be another spin from Orphan Drop, and that's going to drop him down to P10, P11, 12. He's going to lose. He's not going to lose anything to on tour. Those tyres would be absolutely crying right now for the Alfa Romeo. He might have to put on the hards soon enough. Maybe go to a set of softs if he can. If that's what the strategy will be. almost 10 laps into this race now. Into P9, and we still have a front pack of 5 cars. Still plenty of action to be unpacked here. As we're watching from Asnick, following him through his charge. He's the one on hards here in the front pack. So as long as he can stay within DRS of Banana Cake Pie and stay within Kickbutt Kiwi and Jeff, he's looking very solid here towards the back end of this Grand Prix. He's just got to stay tight, make sure he stays consistent, and hope he can remain close to these guys in front, and he'll be looking strong for a high podium finish, maybe even a win. Buster falling a bit off the back of this top 4. He's going to want to hopefully stay within DRS, and I don't think he's done that, so unless he can pull off some kind of miracle down the main straight here. Maybe he has, no he hasn't, so he needs to get back into that into that second range of the top 4 if he wants to have some kind of chance at a podium. He's within the second right now. This Prezzo goes up the inside of CBF Rude, and he's gonna now take P6 and his charge back up to the front after a spin. Ron Burgundy also picks off the Mercedes driver. Thompson as well, so maybe there's a problem as Rude actually is there spun in the exit of turn 5. I mean the exit of turn 6. Jack Andrews gets past Andre once again, and Andre looks like he's round. There's a virtual safety car. Not too sure what for, maybe just a couple cars spun at once, but there is a virtual safety car, and that has neutralized this race. So my name is Jeff, leading the way from Kickbutt Kiwi, Banana Cake Pie, Asnick and Buster. Couple drivers coming into the pit, so you would be medium runners going to an early stop for hards. You're gonna have to be on these tyres for 20 laps roughly, or 17 laps for all these guys. My name is Jeff, Ron Burgundy and bumped. So just my name is Jeff and Ron Burgundy staying out on those mediums. Maybe waiting for a full safety car if they think that's going to happen. So here is our leader. We've got a challenger behind in the form of Asnick on the hards. Those mediums would be starting to fall off, so the hards coming into their own. Maybe having the pace advantage in another lap or so. If he can get within that DRS range, he'll definitely be within a chance here of taking the lead. I don't think he's able to yet. He's quite far behind. Asnick following Jeff. We've got Bompton behind Ron Burgundy. Bompton does have DRS. These guys are 11 seconds behind the front 2. He's not going to be able to put a fight into turn 1. The low downforce is making it pretty hard to catch up. It's not as overpowered as I thought. It was on other games, but here in Monza it's a lot more realistic now. There's the DRS power. Bompton into into turn 5. He's not able to do much, is he, against the Alpha Tauri? On Burgundy ahead P3. I don't think they'll stay for long. Obviously, guys behind have already made their stop. So, these guys will be fighting for the lower end points, I believe, today. So it's a fight nonetheless to watch right now. There's a couple of people behind New Zealander Andre. Going for something maybe. He has actually gone past CBF Rude there. Rude having a little look up the inside, going a bit wide through the second Lismo. That's going to invite Deputy Dildog. Maybe around the outside, down the back straight into Scar, and he has got it done. Is it completed yet? No, Rude goes back up the inside. This is going to be side by side through Ascari. The door's open through the inside. Seems like Rude's going to keep it for now. Deputy Dildog, though, is going to be right up the chuff of Rude. He's not going to be able to do anything into Parabolica. The only other chance he has is down this back straight, but no, they're both going down this main straight, but they're both coming into the pits. So I believe is their second stop. Is Bompton. No, Rude is retired. Not too sure why, but Rude has retired. Here's Bompton though. He's going to stick with home run Burgundy for now. Rude wants to keep that DRS for the main straight. So Bompton going through Parabolica now. Ron Burgundy pulls off into the pit, so it's only the hard runners and Jeff yet to pit. Right now, F1 Talk down in P11 after his spin. He's got Piero Ozzy ahead. So Jedley also yet to stop. He had a spin, I believe, early on. Ozzy also yet to spin, yet to stop it. That is his time now. F1 Hawk released up into P10. Jack Andrews fighting behind. Look at the DRS, but is fighting nonetheless behind on those hards. Orphan drop up to P12 after his spin. I believe it's spin there behind for Andre. So he was pretty close to the back of those guys. So Hawk right on the back of Ron Burgundy. It's going to be any kind of moves here. So we're about halfway through the race now. Jeff comes into the pits, releases Asnick. Asnick now going probably another 4 laps before his stop onto the mediums. So we'll see how far ahead Jeff is going to peel back onto the road. Big Buck Kiwi has made the move stick. He's now currently P3, provisionally P1. Got on those new hard tyres. Once they get up to temperature, obviously they're going to be extremely slow right now. Once they get up to temperature, what is he going to be able to do against Kickbutt Kiwi? And we've always got to be thinking about Asnick on those mediums. How quick are those going to be compared to these hards that have been on much longer by the time those mediums do get put on the Alpine car? And my game has crashed once again.